New York, Sam. Sam, you want to say hi?
Hi guys.
All right, and he came here to learn from us for about 5 days. So today we are teaching him scissors. Tomorrow we'll do a razor, and we'll maybe even record tomorrow's session. Where is the rest of the students? All right. What are you working on?
I'm going outside
Why?
because I want to take a break.
Take a break. It's a fresh air. All right. So, we are working on a long hair. It is good to always keep the hair damp when you're working with a long hair and sectioning. It makes it so much easier to section the hair, to control it, and so on. So everybody fled. Everybody fled. What?
No, nobody hasn't come yet.
Okay. So first thing, if you want to do a long scissor haircut, 90-degree layer cut is the most practical cut for men when it comes to long hair, not short, right? So anything that's this length or a little bit longer, I would go with 90-degree, right? I wouldn't necessarily section this area so I can over direct and leave it longer, because I don't necessarily want to have this part longer than everything is long. You understand? We're talking about this. Sometimes a person comes and says he has hair like this, and he says, "Listen, I just want to trim it down, maybe an inch or two. That's it, And this is what you have right here, literally. You see it? So if a person has this hair and just wants inch and a half off, the way I would personally do it, first I will section the hair at a horseshoe shape. Horseshoe shape is the widest part of the head. And to me, in general, is the most important part. Right? You can do excellent, let's say, a fade, and the top can be the length they want. But if this part is not done properly, if it's not balanced properly, the haircut will not look good. For me, the most important part is the horseshoe shape in men's hairstyling. This is what creates that balance of your haircut, right?
Yeah.
So, you can have a nice fade, but if, for example, my head is the widest right here. So, if you cut it low but leave this wide, it will become wider, right?
Yeah.
If you go over it, right, then this will be the widest, then my head will be narrow here, then you'll have a long hair on top, so it doesn't look right.
Doesn't look
So
balanced.
that part is the most important, really, the connection between the sides, the back, and the top. Okay, so horseshoe shape. Now, when you do horseshoe shape, there is different ways to section, right? And a lot of times students get confused, and barbers, like how to section. So you can do this. You can simply start from the crown, from the top, right here. Look, right here. So you can start right from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go right behind the ear, from here. Look, I place my index finger on the top of the comb. I place my comb at a 15-degree angle, not 90, 15 right here. Push right behind the ear, you see that? So I'll push this way. Nice and clean line. I pin the hair with my index finger that is not in the comb. So from that point, right, where the head runs, you see that? So basically right here, right? That's the widest part of the head. From that point, head runs in this way and this way. So from this point, I place my index finger on the top of the comb. My comb is at 15-degree angle here. Right there. And there you go. Because this is American, I went a little bit too high, so let's try that again. Right there. You see that? Nice and clean line. So, we keep this out. So we have 1/2 here. Do you have any clips? Perfect. So let's just clip this way. Okay. And now we do the same thing on this side. From this point, straight behind that head. Another way to do this is like, look, I can also just comb, look, and then grab one section. It's actually, the long hair is so easy to section, really. Like, look, comb, pick a line, you get a straight line. Comb, pick a line, you get a straight line. So from here, right behind here, and I get a nice and straight line, see that? From this point, comb the hair forward. Again, find the widest point. Here, what you can do is I can push the hair with the thumb, like this, you see? Push my comb, pin the hair with the thumb. You see that? Right here. And there you go. I'll take that. Okay, so now you have section here, section in the back, section here. This part here, if you like, you can just put it all together. Yes.
Can you just switch somebody for? He has an appointment at 3. You said 3:15. 3:15.
To what?
Can you come any earlier? You have an open.
No, I don't
See
have
if you
no
can switch
open.
it.
I don't have no open.
Oh, you don't have any
I'm booked
opens?
all day.
Okay. Yeah, he's booked all day.
Okay, and you can just use one clip. And, okay. So there you go. Look, you wanna come around? Look this. Horseshoe shape. Now, if it's gonna be easier for you, you can also take this part out. Because this part sometimes needs to be together with the rest of it. But anyway, this is your horseshoe shape, okay? Now, as I said, if we are just trimming the hair, in this situation, my favorite technique is 90 degrees, palm to palm, starting from this side, ending on this side, right? So, the only con to this technique makes your shoulder stay up all the way around. Yes? But, so watch. For example, these mannequins, they are round, so they don't really have a natural receding hairline. So let's put. So now, I will start from here. I'll take it. But what I want to keep the hair down. It really makes it so much easier. When I use my comb to section the hair, I hold the comb right in the middle, right? Just like this, right? I mean, simple stuff. These two on this side, this three on this side, this one is here, and I comb straight on. But now it becomes easy. Watch, from this point, I place my middle finger right behind here. It supports my comb, see that? So I can grab this section. See that? And I grab this section. Also, it helps me now flip the comb if I want to go from this side. See that? I place my finger right behind the comb. I comb the hair straight out. And if I want to cut here, let's do this again, because we need a little bit more hair. Okay, so if I want to cut hair here, right? I keep my fingers there, but I continue going with my comb, so this comes out clean, right? So I can see what I'm cutting. Where am I? Can I get a scissors? I'm here cutting without scissors. Okay. Here we have Merhan Edge of Style 6-inch scissor made from Hitachi Cobalt Japanese steel. All right. Available at mcprobarber.com. Okay. So here we are. Right? Now, for me to cut this comfortable, I cannot be parallel to this because it forces my shoulder way up and twists my wrist, right? So I have to be slightly off, almost like parallel to my shoulder. Here, it releases the stress from my shoulder and my wrist. But if you can manage to do this, it makes it even more easier. If you can cut this way. So if I can cut this way, look, my shoulder is down and my elbow is straight and I feel a lot more comfortable. And here I cut. I stop from the top and I stop at my second knuckle here. Alright, so now I'll take a 1/4 inch section right here. Right? I'll grab both of them. And I'll comb it straight out. I see my guide, but I cannot cut from here to here, even though it seems like easy and perfect, right? Quick cut. Because the bottom will remain longer because it's over-directed, it travels more. So that's why it's important to cut from here to here only, and your fingers have to be parallel to the scalp, to what you are cutting, only that part. So, for example, they are parallel here, but not down here. For example, you see, like if you do this, because the head is not straight, it rounds. That's why only parallel here. This is not parallel, or this. You understand? Okay, so let's grab this again. I see my guide is right there. Look, I cut, and I stop. I recomb, and I reposition my body, and I make sure that I'm parallel there, and there you go. Now this is the tricky part, the third section. I use my right side of the comb. We do 1/4 inch. Right there, okay? I grab, well, tricky part, sorry. Here, right? Now, I like to use this side of the comb. I insert my comb this way, see that? And then I grab. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is from here, insert your comb and scoop it out. You understand? But you have to make sure that you insert your comb far enough that you grab your guide. So hold on, we don't have a new section there. Right here, right here. So that I scoop enough so I have my previous cut in there, and there it is, my guide. You see that? And then we cut. Okay, let's go. It's your turn. I need scissors. Make sure you see your guide. Slow down. There is no rush. Speed. It's smooth. Hold on, how's it go? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You have to perfect your skill so that you are smooth. And then you work slow and you become fast. The speed is not in rushing. Speed is executing every technique with precision, smoothly. Because to go from this point to this point, if you are smooth and precise, you don't need more than 5 minutes. I'll go from one side to the other side in 5 minutes, smooth. Okay, maybe even 7. What?
It took me like 45 minutes.
No haircut should take more than 20 minutes. No haircut takes more than 20 minutes. And where you waste time is when you repeat yourself. You understand?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Okay, good. Do they have any questions, Jamie?
to cut without pulling in. Somebody just answer. You need to pull the hair to get the right angle.
So here we are doing 90-degree angle, right? But depends on the haircut you are doing. You can be different angles. You can be over directing and stuff like that. So now that because we are doing a long hair, look here, straight, 90 degrees. Watch this, y'all. Oops. Here.
Okay, why don't you come into the...
So watch, I'm right here, watch this. Straight, look. Now all I do, I insert my comb in the line. This is a common mistake that you see people do, barbers. You have a section, and then he places his comb across the section like this, you see that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You insert your comb straight in the section, like that, right? Mm-hmm. Then scoop it, and look how I take a clean section, you see that? Mm-hmm. You take a clean section, not too wide. Look for your guide, find your guide, and cut. You understand?
Yeah.
So, let's see if we can find a guide, or we have, the guide is somewhere probably over here. Go, right there, scoop. No guide, all the same. Now it's here. Okay. See that? I found it. See that? You see my guide? Look. It's right there. Again. From this point, my fingers have to point straight up, right? I place my stationary, my actually cutting blade on my middle finger, and I cut, I recomb, right there, you see that? Now, section right next to it, just like this. Insert your comb, scoop the hair out, and turn to the fine side of the comb. Here is your guide. See the guide? And you cut. All around. You can do it. I know you can do it.
I will try. So.
No, watch. You are trying to come down from this side.
Yeah.
Watch. We section the hair, we come from this side.
Mm-hmm.
And we scoop from this side, right? But you skip way ahead, watch. Right here. We should be here somewhere. Right there. You see the guy? Okay.
Elevation.
So you are over directing up. Bring your fingers right there. Okay? And as you can see there, this is very good. Did you see how this hair, look how this hair is loose? Because it goes below the second knuckle. That's why it's so important not to cut below the second knuckle. You see? This hair is nice and tight. If you cut all the way through, then the hair down there will be longer.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, you see, this is another thing that you have to pay attention to. How you see how his fingers are now almost diagonal?
Yes.
So, yes, this technique really, you have to pay attention, watch. On this technique, you have to pay attention. That your fingers are vertical, right? So, one way to do this also is to cut the sides this way, right? This way. until you come and get to behind the ear. Then you switch and you do palm to palm until you get to this point, and then switch back over knuckles, so you don't keep your shoulder up as high. Also, the haircut could be done with the horizontal sections, because if you take the hair at 90 degrees, right, it doesn't matter at how you take your sections, whether they are diagonal or vertical or horizontal, you get exactly the same result. So if we did here, let's say this area, let me have one. Okay, so watch this, guys. This is very important, really. So if we, let me just check this cut here so that we are good. Okay, look, we're gonna take this. Okay, so whether we take these sections vertical, diagonal, or horizontal, the results are 100% the same if you cut at 90 degrees. Do you get it? Yes?
Yes.
So they should be even, right? Even though we cut vertically, when you look horizontally, it looks the same. Right? If I take the section this way now and check my cut diagonally, it's the same. Right? So as long as you are pulling here at 90 degrees, whether you take a section vertical, diagonal, or horizontal, you will get the same result. So now that you know that, right? If you want to trim this 2 inches here, right? All you have to do, you have to concentrate that you are out at 90 degrees. If you don't want to cut vertically, you can take horizontally or diagonally. So a lot of times I'll use a razor and I'll pull the hair straight out this way. And I'll cut it horizontally, right? And I'll get exactly the same result. Why? Because I'm concentrating on taking my section straight out at 90 degrees. Right? Now, every time you over direct, you create length and weight lines. So, if we are here and we want this part to be longer, then we over direct. If we want this area to be longer, we over direct. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue vertical or over knuckles, but still vertical. How are we doing, Jamie? Any questions for anybody? From anybody?
No, everybody's saying hi.
Everybody knows everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's good that people know. How about you, Jamie? Do you have any questions? Or you've been with me now for almost 5 years, so you know everything.
No, I don't know everything. About almost 5 years, MC. I hear you saying
right.
5 years
4
here.
years, right? Something like that. When did you
Yeah.
start coming here?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years, oh my god. Alright guys, the scissors I'm using are by Merhan Edge of Style. Made from Hitachi cobalt steel. Hand forced, yes.
I need your pickup to go pick up those rims and tires.
You need my pickup for what? Put them in your trunk. I'm not giving up my pickup for nothing.
They don't want to put them in my car.
Ooh.
Town fair.
Alright, fine. Just take my pickup or
I
drive it
need
with care.
somebody to drive this to back.
But is there somebody can go with you?
Gosh.
Arkadash.
Yeah, Eastland's not here. Who don't know?
Who's Arkadash? Oh yeah, Arkadash, fine. But no, you drive my truck, he can drive Toyota. Alright, back to my scissors. So this is Merhan Edge of Style 6-inch scissors. It's ideal for sectioning. It's made from Hitachi cobalt steel. They are available at mcprobarber.com. Check them out, guys. We're gonna have a Black Friday sale. For next 2 months, we will have some sales, so look them up. Put them in your wish list. This is a lifetime investment. Honestly, these are the best scissors. How do you like my scissors?
I already bought the scissors. It's a perfect.
There you go.
The length, the.
We have
size.
6-inch, 6.3,
It's not
6.5.
bad.
Yeah.
It's good, perfect. Yeah, I love it. So, I did first section.
Mm-hmm. So next section. So it's important. This is another here. Look, the trade. To master a trade, it's in details, right? Small things that make huge difference. So come on this side. So watch this. So when you cut a section, right? And this is cut. When I take my next section, I comb. Look, I comb the new section and the old section. I comb all of it in the same direction. You see that? Why?
This is the
Why
first
it's important to comb all of them in the same direction? Because now I have these lines. You see these lines that I created with a comb? Now when I want to take a section, I insert my comb in one of these sections, one of these lines, and grab the hair. See? So it makes it easier for me. But if I section like this, and this, I create a section, but a lot of this here is this way, now it becomes more difficult for me to insert my comb and grab a nice section. So details are really what makes huge difference in perfecting your craft and becoming a master, you know, and saving time. And in our industry, time is really money. You know, that's why I book myself for 25 minutes, even though every haircut is almost done in 20 minutes, so I can help whoever needs along. I'm usually available to help them. You know, so watch here. And you know, clients love confident barbers, you know. When they see that you are confident, they love that. They think you are the best, even if you are not the best. Look, so you see that? Let's say that's cut. Now when I take my next section, watch. See that? And now I pick up my hair. And I smooth it out. I look for my guide and I cut. Whether it's this, or whether it's this, or whether it's this. And as I was telling you earlier today, what's important for me is that I know where my stationary blade is, right? If I know where my stationary blade is, I have control over my scissors. Really, look, I can close my eyes and I can do point cutting. Why? Because I feel my stationary blade. I don't have to worry about my cutting blade because it goes right back to my stationary blade. See that? You gotta feel your stationary blade. You have to have a control of your stationary blade. See? But if it's floating like this, and you don't know where your blades are, then you cut yourself. Right. What time is it? Oh, 1:52, okay. That's good. Look for your guide and cut. Listen, this right here, you see, if you're gonna cut this part, look how far it is over directed. And this part is gonna be way longer than this part here. So that's why it's important though. If you're gonna cut it 90 degrees, you cut this here, right? Straight out where it goes. You cut this, then you move, then you cut, then you move, and then you cut. All right. Jamie, thank you so much for recording. You want to say thank you to people for watching you?
Thank you.
All right, go ahead. All right, guys, that was our class for today. Tomorrow, we will have another class approximately about the same time. Yes, can you guys shampoo him, please? Tomorrow we'll be working on the straight edge razor most likely. This gentleman here is from New York City. He came for 5 days to learn the art of barbering. Tomorrow, as I said, it will be straight edge razor day. Check us out, guys, mcprobarber.com. We have Marathon Edge of Style scissors. We have old school clippers. We have Tondeo razors. Education is here. You can check for our classes on mcbarber.com. We have classes, different types of classes if you want to come as this gentleman came for 5 days. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you.